I lost 15 to 20 pounds, and this is my story. In 2024, I decided that I wanted to get braces. Enough was enough because my teeth were just not straightened. So I set up an appointment with an orthodontist, and my orthodontist told me, okay, we'll take you in, but you have to have x-rays so we know what type of work needs to be done to your teeth for how long and what is the best scenario to just straighten them out. After the x-rays and them studying it, they found out that my wisdom teeth were coming in and that it needed to be removed. And I had to schedule an appointment with an oral surgeon. So I came in an agreement, and they still said that I could have braces and retainers at the time too. So I could have, they found out that like not only my bottom teeth were like crooked, because it was so obvious that my bottom teeth were crooked, but my top teeth were also crooked, but not as bad as the bottom teeth. So they actually said that I could have an aligner on the top, and then on the bottom they said that it's just like the plastic wouldn't be as helpful and would not do the job to straighten my teeth as good as braces. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do braces at the bottom and aligners at the top. I didn't want the surgery to happen after I got braces because and aligners because I feel like that's too much of a change. I never had cavities. I never had a root canal. I never had any of that stuff. I wanted to move forward with the surgery first, schedule that, and then recover from it because recovery takes a while. So recover from it. And then the next month, I would get my aligners and I would get my braces done to my teeth. I met up with the oral surgeon and he said that it should be fine. It's a normal thing and it's a normal process, and that my teeth look just like anybody else's would when they need their wisdom teeth removed, and that it would just be smooth and everything will go well. And um, obviously, I would be under anesthesia. I scheduled it by the end of May. I woke up from the surgery and they told me that what happened was there was a little bit of complications with my teeth. Part like the bottom of my teeth were just twisted in so much, and they had to like break up the teeth more than like an average normal surgery would, so they could like make sure that there would be no complications or anything that would happen that would just like kind of put my like health at risk. It hurt all the more, I guess. Honestly, it was kind of a blur because I didn't want to remember it, but it came out successful. So that's the important part. It came out successful. All four of my teeth were removed. The recovery process was really hard compared to an average person. Like my brother, he had his surgery done like the week or 2 weeks after, and he literally like ran out. He was going back to work like no problem the next day, and like everything was fine. But for me, I couldn't really take the pain. I was a baby when it comes to pain. I probably still am a baby when it comes to pain. It shaped me, it strengthened me, but the beginning process was just not good. So much pain when it came to eating and brushing my teeth, even where I would just feel that sharp pain in like my gums. Eating as much puree foods as I could. I couldn't really eat solid foods. And it just extended from what should have been maybe like a couple of days or so to like weeks of that. Just eating soft foods and not really hard foods. And I was too afraid of that. And I was afraid of infecting the surgery part. I ended up losing, I want to say like at least 5 pounds within a week. I was barely eating. I wasn't really eating whole foods. I wasn't really eating meals. I was lucky enough to eat pudding. I was lucky enough to eat yogurt. I was lucky enough to eat applesauce. That's literally what it was. I wasn't really eating whole foods. It took a while for me to get back to eating that normal diet that I was so used to. And I was just in so much pain. Um, it just kept hurting as I was eating. when I should have recovered, I think the recovery was like 2 weeks basically. It turned into like a month where I was still feeling pain. Areas in the back were like infected. So I actually had to go for a follow up and call them and be like, I feel like my area where I got surgery was swollen. And so they had to prescribe me antibiotics to clean up what was happening. And that took a long time in itself too. So like the meds were affecting me, the pain was affecting me, and I couldn't really eat the foods that I used to. Hence, I lost a lot of weight within like a month or two. When I finally was eating again and I was eating solid foods again, and I went back to slowly but surely my normal diet, I had to get braces and I had to get a retainer. And I felt again pain, endless pain, where I wasn't used to it. My teeth would be so sensitive, my gums would be so sensitive. It would be so hard to eat normal things. And again, people were just like, oh, like that's normal. After 2 days, you'll be used to it and eating solid foods. Like some people even eat like chicken nuggets, like I hear of. And I'm just like, I cannot do this because it hurts too much. So again, I took the pain like a baby, and I was again going back to the diet of an elderly person's diet, like puree foods only, where I eat like mashed potatoes and I would eat like refried beans, anything that you could get, literally just not solid foods. That's what I would eat. And again, I lost weight. I lost 10 pounds at that point, and it was so significant. It was like 10 to 15 pounds or something like that. And so I started noticing the changes in my face. I started noticing the changes in uh just like my entire body. It was changing. It was hard to bounce back to the weight that I was at the time. I was around, I want to say like 133 pounds, and I went down to like 120. And that was, I went down to like 120, and that was very interesting. And it ultimately affected the comfort I found in food, because I used to feel so much comfort in food that I would get hangry. If there was a time that I didn't have food and I wanted food and I was hungry, my anger would come in and I would take it out on people. And because I felt like I wasn't met with the needs and the security that I wanted, because food filled me, made me feel good, made me feel like I'm secure in it. And then when that was taken away from me, when that pain came in, it affected me and affected my mind. And it just made the recovery just like a learning moment where honestly, food is not fulfilling me anymore. And that was a shift in my mind. And it was time. I just move away from the comfort that I was so used to and to grow from there. There was the retainer part. And so that also limited me from eating food, because they would say every single time you put food in your mouth or anything else you drink that is not water, take out your retainer and eat and drink whatever it is, but immediately after, you have to brush your teeth and put it back in your mouth so it could do its job and straighten your teeth. And for me, I wanted this process to go smoothly. I wanted to go as fast as possible so I didn't have to worry about a longer extension of keeping the retainer in or the braces in. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to have these retainers in as long as possible, like 20 hours a day, I would say, at least. So what I would do is I would eat and then I would brush my teeth. I would do just what they said. But the problem was I got tired of it. after a month of just limiting myself, of brushing my teeth every single time after I ate, every single time I drank something else that's not water. So I was like, it taught me to hydrate more. It taught me to only drink water, so I don't have to like brush my teeth every time I drink like a juice or every single time I drink a soda. It limited the food that I was used to eating. With the restrictions, I was just so tired of just taking it out and putting it back in and taking it out and putting it back in. So it eliminated my snacking. It eliminated the times that I would eat late as well. So I would not eat past like probably like 8 p.m. It would just be night and I would just keep it in because I didn't feel like taking it out and brushing my teeth a lot. So I would show up at events and I just wanted to get out of the way. I wanted to brush my teeth. I wanted to eat before so I didn't have to worry about taking out my retainers in front of everyone. And so when everyone was having food, I was not. I would say I can't. I wouldn't. I would just not. It stopped me from eating as much as I used to because I just didn't feel like taking it out and putting it back in all the time. It's exhausting to keep up with that. I just wanted my retainers out as fast as possible. I wanted this to work and I didn't want to spend too much time on trying to straighten my teeth. That would take like probably 10 years if I keep doing that. At the time, it felt like an inconvenience. It felt uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I didn't want it. But in a way, being forced through it, taught the discipline that would produce results in the end. So that was helping me control my food portions, to not find comfort in food, to not eat excessively, to not be hangry and taking out my anger on other people just because I'm hungry. Through surgery, through braces, through having a retainer, restrictions, but good restrictions as well. Phase 2. People would come up to me and they would just be like, "You lost weight. You look good." And I would just be like, "Yeah, I've noticed I did lose weight." And even in my clothes didn't really fit me like it used to. So people started noticing. Everyone was telling me. My coworkers were telling me at the time. My friends were telling me at the time. My family was telling me that I lost weight and that I looked good. And I even built up confidence in seeing I do look good and I felt good. But the problem was I didn't feel like I earned it because it's not something that I should not be starving to look the way I am. I should have worked for it, but it was hard. And I was afraid. I had the fear of gaining back that weight, to go back to my old lifestyle, to look how I was, and to gain the weight that I lost. I remember I would go like every single day weighing myself on a scale, being like, did I gain weight? And I would feel guilty for eating food, for eating more food, and being like, I shouldn't have eaten that much. So I was just like in a helpless situation where I just didn't know what to do. And so I called on God and I said, I prayed and I was just like, God, I like what I look like now and I want to maintain this weight and I don't want to go back to where I was. I don't want to gain the weight that I used to be. Can you please help me? Because I can't help myself. I don't know how to, but I know that you do. So, whatever it is, help me find a way to stay within the weight that I am. Because I don't want to gain that. I don't want to gain back the weight. I don't know how, but I know that you can do all things and you can help me. It wasn't right away where God was just like, okay, like you're staying that way. I believe he helped me through my mind. He helped me rethink things, to renew my mind. He helped me to open my eyes. He really opened my eyes into what was in the food, what's in food, to educate me, to not live in ignorance. And I just remember watching videos of people exposing the foods that are in America that are actually not beneficial at all, but explain why people have diabetes and why people have heart conditions and why there's obesity in America. And so I was remember watching videos on that and exposing the things that you should and should not eat, and living a biblical, cleaner, healthy lifestyle. And so I felt convicted in the foods that I was eating, actually. I remember one day I was just like, I'm gonna order Wendy's. I crave it because I feel like it and I'm hungry. So I went to Wendy's. I was just like, I want those spicy chicken nuggets. Those are the best things ever. Still are, by the way. Very bad for you. I was like, this is great. I'm gonna eat it. And then like mid ride, I was just like, dang, I shouldn't have eaten that. I felt convicted to even put that stuff in my mouth. I just remember, okay, I'm gonna eat this because I don't like wasting things. But after that, this is it. I gotta limit myself from fast food. I feel like this is just not good for me, and it's not gonna help towards my goal. And so, I just decided I'm not really eating fast food, and I stopped eating fast food. I would say like there are exceptions to the rule here and there, but I'm not going to make this a lifestyle where I would get things like Wendy's or McDonald's fries. After that, I stopped. I didn't want fast food. Like I wasn't even craving fast food. I was just like, I'm going to eat more home cooked meals. So I started cooking more home cooked meals towards myself. And that's when I went into cooking. And that's when I experimented and really just try new recipes and get better as a cook, because I wasn't perfect. And I grew in confidence in the kitchen, and it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more accomplished and using up my time. And even quick meals that maybe I don't have enough time. Maybe I have to be somewhere by a certain time. And so I would find effective ways to eliminate my hunger in a fast way, but in a healthy way, and no longer have reliance on fast food. And that was the start of my journey of just clean eating. And then I would just do research, and I found this guy who's if you don't know him, he's really good at just giving suggestions and also highlighting the things of why certain foods are not good for you and why it causes gut inflammation, why it spikes your blood, why it's even artificial, and etc. Bobby Parrish, I follow. I'm not trying to sponsor him, but what I do is I use the app, and it's like a Bobby approved app. And I didn't understand how to even read the nutritional facts. And he taught me to read the nutritional facts at the back of every single item, because it will probably say in the front, oh, it's good for you. Oh, it's like natural. It's made of whole foods. But in the back, it will have a bunch of items that are not good for you, that do the opposite of what it says it is, and are all like GMO, for example, because GMO is not good for you. So I would look at the ingredients and I would read, and I would be like, okay, this has so and so in this. And so I would just be like, okay, I can't have that. And then I would just, he would have suggestions of what is a better option for you. And if I wasn't sure about the ingredients, I would scan the barcode of it, and it would tell me exactly like if it's approved or not, and why it's not approved, why it's not good for you. And so I'd be like, okay, so I'm not going to eat this, or okay, that's good, then I could have it then. Later on, I just felt convicted to just also exercise. I was just so against the gym. I didn't believe in paying for a membership so you could get fit. I wanted to try Pilates. I didn't want to do cardio because that tired me out. Just like you had a long day and you want to go to bed and call it a day. Not that cardio is bad for you. And I didn't want to be a bodybuilder like men or whatever. I didn't know like what the perfect workout was for a woman. So I didn't want to do yoga because it's frowned upon in the Christian community. Because for those of you who don't really know much about yoga, yoga is has a lot of poses that it had a history of, just like the poses would actually worship other gods. And I would feel convicted of just doing those poses because that's dishonorable. And I didn't want to do those poses knowing that God's watching. And I feel like that I would betray him in that sort of way. So Pilates was the other thing that I heard that is not bad for you and that actually focuses on core and strength. I wanted to do something where I didn't have to worry about displeasing about God. And I wanted a way to glorify him. And I wanted a way to connect to him. And so I just looked up Christian Pilates. I started with different videos, but I found this account that was like really good and that would actually bring in scripture while working out. And it was like actually effective Pilates. And so, yeah, I just did that. And then I found one of the women that working for Sunshine Pilates, like she started it, she had her own account. So I did that through her account. I like the challenge and I didn't have to do it for an extensive long time because I was focused on strength within the core, strengthening my muscles, because muscles are actually important for you. And not enough people educate people on that. You should build muscles because that's what helps burn fat. That's what helps higher your metabolism. I was just getting stronger. I was building muscle. I learned to love Pilates. And then here and there, I would run. I pushed myself to run. So I would jog like 15 minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes. And I would come back and I would do Pilates. And so over time, I was able to learn to lose weight, maintain the weight, and do it in a healthy and honorable way. That was a win. I'm still down like about 15 to 20 pounds, and I now I no longer have to worry about, I don't know if I'm going to gain that weight back. I was so aware about my body. I was just so fixated on it. I was so self-conscious about it that I was insecure. And I'm no longer insecure about the way I look, or when I go to stores and try on clothes. I no longer have to worry about that and be self-conscious about it. And I'm more secure with my body now more than ever. And now I put God in the center of it. And now I'm more knowledgeable in the food industry. My eyes are open now and I'm more aware of the things that I'm putting in my body, but also aware to build muscle, not focus on tiring my body out with cardio, intense workouts, but actually gaining the discipline to keep that at the forefront of it. Even when I don't feel like it, I just knew that I couldn't do it on my own strength and I couldn't do it on my own. And now God has taken me places and has shown me that it is achievable. And it's not by weight loss, drugs. Sorry, guys. It's not by starving yourself. It's not even by counting your calories, even. It's about focusing on things that of self-control, but it's also about putting in the work. Some people want the quick fix. I wanted the quick fix. Oh, if I skip a meal, then I'd be okay. Oh, if I take Ozempic, then it would help me. Oh, if I go through plastic surgery to get rid of my belly fat, I'm good. That's the quick fix. But the natural way that I believe God would want it, because there's certain things that you can't control, like for example, genetics. But there are things that you can control, which is discipline. And I believe that working out in a healthy way, not a crazy way, and eating the right things and being aware of it and not always eating fast food all the time, sorry guys, would help you in the long run and not expecting results right away. But over time, definitely. I would say the first few months though, I would really lock in. Some people are not willing to lock in with like discipline and stuff like that, but you got to make a choice for yourself at the end of the day. I had to learn the hard way through like my teeth pain where I didn't even want that and I didn't ask for it. I'm glad it happened to me because I am where I am today because of that. And I'm able to maintain the weight and not go back because I've learned so much and I've asked God to help me through that. Now I'm just exercising like 4 to 5 times a week, maybe. And one of in the days I'm not working out, I want to still move, so I would do as much as 10,000 steps as I can. Nothing crazy, just walking. And if you don't really want to do the intense workouts either or whatever, movement is important. To focus on movement, do at least 10,000 steps a day if you're not going to do anything. I'm glad that I am where I am now and I have the information that I do. And if you guys want more videos on suggestions of how to get there, let me know. I'm happy to help. I just want to end with the reasons why I made this video. So, number one, to answer questions, because I know so many people ask, how did I do it? And I just want to give on the full story. I don't want to give part of it. I feel like I've given people part of my story, like, oh, wisdom teeth, that was the reason, but they didn't really understand. And then number two, I guess to help people out. I feel like people would want that too. They want to lose the weight as well, but they just don't know how and they need the encouragement. And I'm here to inspire and I'm here to encourage people that it is possible, that it can be achieved, and that is within reach. Not focusing, everyone's focused on the quick fix. It's not about the quick fix, it's about the long run that produces results and that gets you through it. And then number three, which is the most important, is to give God all the glory, because I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for him. If I didn't surrender my worries and everything that I've been through to him. Only God, because like I remember I tried long ago, I tried to lose the weight and I would go on runs and I would tire myself out. And then I would just go back to eating fast food and I would go back to binge a bunch of food at night. Well, I would binge ice cream. Let me stop. And it'd be high sugar and high fat. And I wouldn't know what I was putting in my body. I just wouldn't know. And I would like lose weight for a little bit, but then I would gain it all back again and again. And I was wondering why. But when I put God in it, it literally transformed my life for the better. So that's what I wanted to share and put out there. And this is why I made this video, for those three reasons and those three reasons alone. And I feel like it's been a long time waiting to explain it, but now I would say it's rather now than never. Any questions? If you want me to answer it, I will be more than happy. And I'm always happy to help, whether it's encouragement or even just being honest, because I feel like people are just lacking the honesty nowadays. They don't want to be honest about things because they're afraid of hurting people's feelings. And I, I believe honesty is important because telling the truth is like a form of love and would help shape people. Not hear what you want to hear, but hear the truth and what should be heard. I'm going to end this video. And if you made it through the whole way and this inspired you, awesome. And if it doesn't really do much, then I hope you take at least one thing away. Anyways, thanks for listening. All right. Peace.